And you're welcome. It's time for the Daily Papers. I'm here with Mary Bashra Alimi. You are welcome. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
We've got the Vanguard, the Nation, the Punch, and also Daily Trust. Let's try and see how much of the headlines we can squeeze into this very little time here. And we're going to start from the big headline for the Vanguard. Manufacturers threaten as CRR rises to 45.5% to 13.81 trillion naira. Trends threaten banks' intermediary role, analysts say, and companies' access to credit curbed as cost of money rises. Cost of money. Very interesting. At the top for the Vanguard, Nigeria can't make progress without true federalism, says Obongata. And Ohaneze youths praise Tinubu flame media trial in Better Edu case. And also in sports. Oh, sports, Mary, get ready. AFCON, Nigeria 1-1. Equatorial Guinea versus Equatorial Guinea. Westerhoff Nwanu in shock ask many questions about the Eagles. What did you think about the draw from 2 days ago?
See, yesterday's match was disheartening. And it was sad because there were just so many missed chances. I can't get over that 75th minute missed by Oshimen. And it's something
the one with the goal just gaping there.
Like,
and
the goal was literally just waiting. As in, he himself, you could see the look on his face. He was shocked. Like, he could not believe he missed that goal. And I was gonna say voodoo because
voodoo.
The way his leg went, I can't believe that
forces bent it in the opposite
forces
direction.
Bent the goal.
Okay, let's not do that.
I do not want to believe that.
But
you're talking about
the
African Player of the Year.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like an easy. It was really easy. We thought that was going to be a goal, and then that happened. But general form for the Eagles. The general form for the Eagles. What did you think? Did you think that with that first match and the display that we gave, we're prepared at all?
The reality is that
Equatorial Guinea,
a lot more is expected from these guys. A lot more. Take, for example, the attitude before the match. Training had started. Someone took time off, a.k.a. Mr. Miss the goal that was looking at you.
Because he's a professional.
Going clubbing, having fun instead of being in training with other players. These are the issues we're talking about.
So discipline.
Now, see what it has cost.
It would seem that there's no discipline.
Discipline is lacking.
Yeah, is lacking.
Because a lot of people were going after the coach. But I'm like, let's look at the players as well. Because your attitude also matters towards the job.
So there's one thing the Nigerian sports industry doesn't have in place, and that's sports psychology. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hope that you talk about this when we get to the beautiful game, the segment here on the show, so that you can... But please talk about sports psychology. Preparing players for events mentally, not just physically. There's so much that we're lacking when it comes to that, and discipline is part of sports psychology. What paper do you have?
We always think it's money that is enough to prepare them. Let's take a look at the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper has the Supreme Court verdicts. APC didn't trade off Kano Plateau. It's purely a legal matter. Victoria's governors hailed Tinubu's non-interference. Here we also have government to change approach on discourse funding. Electricity distributors failed to pay dividend in 12 years. LIRS affirms January 31 deadline for annual tax return submission. President gets kudos for anti-graft moves. Waneze youth may too okay actions. Don't give Better Edu media trial. Up here we have Edo 2024. APC invites Oshiomole, Eze, Yamu, others. Food, forex pressures push inflation to 29%. Experts hopeful on recovery. And finally, wasteful Eagles fail. That's the word, wasteful. Failed to win AFCON opener. Shocker for Ghana, Egypt. Now, I want to take a look at the food forex pressures pushing inflation. Another thing pushing inflation again is the cost of clearing goods.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of people frown at importation, but the reality is even the little that is being imported, the people who are following the right routes to bring in goods are being frustrated. Just last week I was hearing it's about 17 million per CBM, and I'm like, seriously? Like, I remember when importers were groaning over the fact that it had turned to 10, then 12, now 17. These are the things adding to the problems in the country. So one moment you have this fear of, oh, you buy this thing for 5,000 naira. If you go tomorrow, it might be 7,500. The inflation rate is rising and other factors are not helping.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It's all too real for me when I go to the market with my wife.
Bro.
So it's very, very obvious. Let's move on now to the Punch newspaper. 7 major marketers get approval to sell Dangote fuel. NNPC retail, total MRS, others make list, await commercial terms. Ipman, Petron to meet Dangote refinery this week. Marketing deals. So there's plenty going on in that area. At the top of the Punch newspaper, EFCC, Nigerians want ex-governors to account for 772 billion naira. Ex-governors, note. Policemen not permitted to search civilians' phones, says the Lagos CP. We're going to come right back to that. Tinubu strip gulped 3.4 billion naira in 6 months. Government spend, says. And side of the photo story here on the Punch, passengers stranded as BRT drivers down tools overpay. Page 6, that one. Ex-minister's friend offers to pay 50 million naira for abducted Abuja girls. That's a sad situation, especially after the story that one teenaged girl was killed after they were unable to make the demands, the demands.
I worry over how my sister is going to get to work today because of this
BRT case.
It's worrisome. So I think this is a call to bosses. Please just grant a bit of leniency to workers today because many people might come late. BRT actually...
You say to them as they look at you as councillors, waiting this one they talk.
Uncle, calm down. Your staff probably didn't know
interesting,
that this was
interesting headline here about the policemen not permitted to search civilians' phones. Now, this is something that we've heard countless of times, but each time I'm driving, especially in the Festac area, I still keep seeing policemen asking young men to come off of Okadas and open their phones. And I'm like, I had to actually, I wouldn't use the word confront, I had to speak with one of the officers on Thursday evening, asking him why he should do that. And he says he's doing his job. And I'm like, no, that's not your job. You're going extra. There's plenty to unpack there, but it all comes to training and what they know, or whether they're using their positions as intimidation to intimidate civilians.
I believe that's what it is.
Yeah. Lastly,
let me
real quick,
squeeze in Daily Trust newspaper, which says bandits hold 5 sisters after killing 1 in Abuja.
Yeah, sad.
Demand 100 million naira. Pantami's friend raises 50 million naira. 4 other captives killed in Kaduna. Ilorin Union urges federal government to rescue abductors. We've intensified rescue operations, and that's coming from the police. Here we have Super Eagles avoid upset against Equatorial Guinea. ACF-NEF meet over North's challenges. FCT primary school teachers begin strike today. Airlines trapped funds. Pressure mounts despite $61 million release. 100 days of war on Gaza. Israel kills 23,968 Palestinians. And the war is ongoing.
The political tide is beginning to turn against Israel, it would seem. Initially, it wasn't the way, it didn't seem that way, but the media is really kind of like, I don't know how you see it.
The media is beginning to push for, okay, can we have an end to this? We didn't think it was going to last this long.
Yeah.
No, but
that's as much as we can take for the dailies. Thank you guys very much for joining us and sticking around.